We now live in a world of apps on the taxi trade, apps. We now drive electric cars, we drive hybrid cars. The job has completely changed. It's completely changed from the days of the radio, the days of being in queues. Job's now totally different, except for one driver, maintains old school. Let's join Lee in his bus and let's see how he does his day driving a cab, proper old school style cabin. So Lee, we now live in a world of apps. Everything's apps now, apps, but you're not. You're keeping it very much traditional.
Hackney cabs, we've got to keep it real.
All the way now. This is a diesel as well. You're in a Mercedes Viano?
Correct.
Diesel.
Correct.
And diesels now are they becoming a thing of the past with the hybrid and electric? No.
No, because at this moment in time, the government might have to rethink their schedules.
They are, and these buses at the minute are going for something like crazy money, aren't they, as well?
Crazy money, but still got the best engines on this one.
Right, so let's have a look, because like in my car, I've got the apps and all that, and sat navs and everything. Let's have a look at your dash.
I don't even have a sat nav.
Right, let's get into the car. Now this is it. Look at this. Now there's his dash. Right, there's his dashboard. There's two cradles there, but what are they for, them cradles?
Just to hold my phone for music.
That's all it is. Where's your sat nav?
I don't have a sat nav.
You don't have a sat nav. You never use a sat nav.
There's a bog standard radio. I do not have a sat nav in my car. I do not even use Google Maps on my phone.
No Bluetooth for the riders either, or the passengers either?
No.
Right, fire her up, because this is the sound of what a proper diesel sounds like when it starts. Look at that. No hybrid sound on here. Proper old school, proper diesel. What size is she on the engine?
2.2 turbo.
2.2 turbo, banging out absolute quality diesel. No one pays on card in this cab. Look at this as well. Proper cab holder, proper money holder. How it used to be, coins, and folding in the back there. How it should be. Not paying on card. Cash is king in this cab. I know it's flickering on the screen, but there it is, a meter. The meter price is what you pay on the meter price. That's it. No apps. Nothing. It's just what you see is what you pay. How it used to be. So Lee, do you think diesel will never die?
I don't think it should die. I know they want to phase diesel cars out by 2030 or 2050, whatever it is, but I don't think it's right. I think the price on batteries for electric cars are just extortionate right now. The range doesn't hold on most of these electric cars, so I don't think diesel should die. I think it should stick around.
Do you think it's a pipe dream minute that diesels are going to completely go?
I don't know. I can't honestly say. If the government get their way, they probably will phase everything out, but I just think it's a big money making scam.
I don't think the government have got the capability to phase it all out.
There's too many cars around the whole of Great Britain. I mean, you're talking about every cab driver, who's on a Hackney cab right now has to now go and try and find a hybrid cab. And unfortunately, the price-wise is still way too expensive for it.
And hybrid cabs are really good, but the reliability of the diesel is still very much there, isn't it?
Here's a quick one for you. I've heard, don't know how true this is, but if I was to get an electric bus like mine, the batteries alone would cost me 27 grand if they went.
20.
It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. It's just, I don't think it's economical, and I don't think it's fair to all the working people out there on taxis.
Do you think you'll ever come into the app world, or do you enjoy keeping it old school?
I like old school. Don't get me wrong, if I go on private hire and I use a PDA, that's all I use it for.
Really?
Yeah, that's all I use it for. I don't use it for anything else. I know where I'm going. That's the whole point of me taking a taxi test. which a lot of you people out there haven't took. But that's that.
The knowledge, yes.
The knowledge test.
Now, as we know with councils now, abolishing the knowledge, do you think there's too many drivers on the road now with no experience at all of where they're going?
Yeah.
How have you?
I've gone off, by the way.
You haven't. You haven't.
Oh, I'm right, okay. I just see a black screen. That's all.
No, you haven't. No. It just basically is just a battery saving mode.
That's okay. Great. Go on. Ask your question again. Sorry.
Technology's good these days.
What was the question again now?
Right. The question again was: do you think these days, because the councils now are abolishing the knowledge tests now, making it simple to get your badge, do you think the old school knowledge, a driver with old school knowledge is better equipped than a driver just following a sat nav?
Look, let's follow this. I don't know the ins and outs of these tests these days. When we did it years ago, it was knowledge. It was get 40 routes. You know, you had to revise them. Then you got a test, which you had to remember all the 6 routes out of them 40, word for word, street for street. That's what you had to write down. I don't know how easy it is these days, especially in Wolverhampton, where there seems to be loads of Wolverhampton badges going around this moment in time.
Apparently there's 33,000. No, is it more than 33,000 badges now issued for Wolverhampton?
I don't know, but if they're making their knowledge tests easy, like I said, I've not looked at the tests. I can't
there's no
say
tests.
I can't comment, but I do think that, look, if you want to be a driver on an app-based company these days, it's quite simple. You just get in, switch it on, follow the sat nav, and that'll take you to where you want to go.
But how many times have you been in a cab, and not Uber, because Uber do it automatically, but in a private cab, and the driver goes, "Can I have your postcode?" before you get in?
I think the only time I can honestly ever say that I only ever use my Google Maps is when somebody is not even in this city. So let's say, for instance, that they're in Manchester. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're in Manchester. So obviously I don't know Manchester. So I would only then ever use a Google map to sort of like look for the
But
address.
then, because you're not licensed in Manchester, not much chance of you being in Manchester then.
No, but if someone's been at a party down here in Liverpool at a house, and they're going back to somewhere in Manchester and I have to take them, then obviously I would then have to use, begrudgingly, a Google map to sort of like find where I'm going.
But you wouldn't like to use a map?
No.
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 Have you still got A to Zs?
No. I think they're in the museum now, the A to Zs.
A to Z used to be the Bible for every driver.
A to Zs used to be, I used to be a courier driver and used them everywhere I went, especially around North Wales.
So keeping it old school, as you do, you're keeping it old school, keeping it diesel, keeping it in the cab, how many people pay cash in the car?
Percentage-wise these days, I'd still say 85% pay cash.
Keeping it cash in the car, old school. That's it from this one. Have yourself a good day. Let's talk taxis.